What's good, everybody? It's your boy PAXX back with another one. Yes, Sirski. Today, I'm going to be going over a ChatGPT tutorial for developers. So make sure you drop that like and that sub. Let's get right into it, quick and easy. All right, so the first thing you want to do is go to chatgpt.com. If you do not know what ChatGPT is, it is an artificial intelligence sort of thing that you want to interact with. It is the future. It's basically a chatbot, bro. It's a chatbot. You need to go to chatgpt.com and you need to make an account. That's all you need to do, and you will be presented with this screen right here. This is like, it's a brand new account I made just to show you guys exactly what will happen as soon as you make a ChatGPT account. You will be brought to this screen for all my developers out there. All right, so you've done that, and here is where we are. Okay, so now the first thing I want to do is give you guys a basic example of what you want to do as a developer. So the first thing you want to do is sort of tell your AI what you want it to do, and you can do that without writing a super descriptive thing saying I'm a rocket scientist, blah blah blah. We keep it very simple. So I already have a prompt prepared for you guys that I'm going to load up. So just give me one second. All right, so here it says, hey, I am learning XXX coding language. Can you help me get started with the basics? Now, this is literally if you need to copy and paste this prompt, this is the only prompt that you will need to actually send for whatever language it is. So today we're specifically going to be talking about Python, just as an example, since it's one of the most common and used languages across the board. So I'm going to take this out and actually write Python really quick. You also don't have to be as specific. I literally said, hey, I'm learning Python language. Can you help me get started with the basics? So I'm going to send this request and let's see what happens. As you can see off the rip, ChatGPT is giving me a super awesome, very basic walkthrough of Python, complete with emojis. It's very basic, it's very simplistic. You got even your bullet points here. There's no high level thinking that you need to do. So let's walk through this. He said, absolutely, that's a great choice. Python is one of the most beginner friendly and powerful languages out there. Exactly why I chose to use it. Now, as a side note, you really want to stick with the more vanilla old world languages, HTML, raw, JavaScript, CSS, Python, C++, because the AI knows these languages very well. So let's continue walking through this. So as you can see, it talks about what Python is. You can use it for a variety of different things. It's essentially a high-level programming language, meaning that you don't have to write a bunch of low-level code that you really won't understand speaking directly to the computer. Python makes it really easy to talk to the computer. For example, to print a string, all you would have to do is write this line of code right here, which we'll get into our next example in just a moment. So essentially it walks through setting up your own environment, core Python concepts, data types, lists, conditionals, loops, functions, and it even gives you a very simple practice challenge. So this all from one simple prompt of me saying, hey, I'm learning the Python language. Can you help me get started with the basics? I was able to get this really awesome response from ChatGPT. All right. Now the next thing that we actually want to do in our sequence of events is take a piece of code and ask ChatGPT to explain it to me. So all we're going to do, this may seem fairly simple and redundant. We're going to copy this code right here because this is actually the code that I was going to use as our example that says print hello world. This is the quintessential line of code that every developer writes first. So we're going to actually copy this from here, which is awesome that ChatGPT provides that. We're going to copy this right here and I'm actually going to put it into my prompt. Give me just one second. So I'm actually going to start with this. Hey, I have some Python code. Can you please explain it to me? And then I believe if you hold shift and you hit return, you'll actually start a new line. So if you hit shift and you hit return, it'll start a new line for you. And I'm going to copy this now and put this right here. I said, hey, I have some Python code. Can you please explain this to me? And all we're going to do is send this prompt and see what we get. So as you can see, the thing I like about ChatGPT is it very user friendly. I like to call it the Apple of artificial intelligence. It's very clean cut. When you remove all the complexities of all the other artificial intelligence, you're essentially left with ChatGPT in the best way possible. So here we send it some code and it's going to go step by step explaining what this code does, how it's a built-in Python function using a string variable that the user can manipulate later if they want to, and it puts the concepts together for you, and it also shows you when you run the code what will happen. This is awesome because this can be applied to any type of code that you have. Notice again, if you want to go ahead and take this prompt right here and copy it, you can say, hey, I have some JavaScript code. Hey, I have some JavaScript code. Hey, I have some HTML code. Hey, I have some whatever code, and then you can copy and paste it right here, send it to ChatGPT, and it will thoroughly explain it to you. And as you can see, by me keeping the request very simple, it's also going to keep the response very simple. So if you go in and you use a bunch of big words, it's going to try and match the intelligence level that it's perceiving you to have, okay? All right, guys, so the next thing we want to do is actually get ChatGPT to write some code for us. So how will we do that? As always, we're going to start with a pre-written prompt. So give me just 1 second. So all we're going to be doing here is taking our print hello world statement and leveling up a bit by asking for some user input. So in this prompt, I say, hey, I want to build a simple program that takes the user's name as an input and returns a string that says hello user. Please explain the code to me as well. Thanks. So as you can see, I take a very simple explanation of a program that I'm trying to build, no hard, complicated words, and I'm going to send it to the AI and just ask it to explain the code to me as well as write the program for me in real time. So let's send in this prompt and see what we get. Awesome. And it still knows. The great thing about every AI is going to be the context that it has, or the context awareness, I would say. It knows from our previous conversation what I'm doing. So if you stick to one chat, that context is just going to keep building and building and building, and it's going to feel like a familiar friend that you're chatting with, as opposed to all the various voices of the internet trying to find an answer. So let's see what we got in here in our code. Very simple. It's going to say name, and if you don't know this, I'm going to walk you through this code just a little bit. It's going to make name a variable, right? And the variable is going to be supplied by an input from the user. The input is a built-in Python function that allows you to input variables such as text, numbers, all kinds of things. But in this instance, it's going to take the input from the user, and these in this parentheses right here is what the computer is going to print to you in real time. So it's going to say, what is your name? The user is going to type in their name, and then after that takes that input, is going to output by printing a string onto the console saying hello, and it's going to concatenate these strings and use the name variable in the middle here, pulling from this line right here, meaning the name, whatever the user puts in, is going to be the name that is displayed in the personal message. All right. So that's actually a really great way. If you don't know Python, you can come here and say, that's crazy that it actually pulled my name, but it's actually going to show you what happens. The input function pauses the program and waits for the user to type something. So it's going to come in and say, what is your name? And my name is Kyle. So it actually took that and it actually ended up displaying it. So if you want to change it, or just to have it say hello Kyle or whatever, it's very simple. It comes in and it shows you how to write the code. This could literally be any type of code, any type of language, and it's very simple to use ChatGPT to learn a language, have it explain code to you, and then write code for you. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Go out there, code something great. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one.